Propstream versus Propwire. In today's video, we have the ultimate showdown for property search, property data information for your wholesale real estate business, flipping business, rental business, or if you're a real estate agent. And so Propwire is a recently new software developed by Jerry Norton, probably the most popular wholesaling YouTuber out there. He's helped me start my wholesaling business and get me started in my real estate journey. So shout out to Jerry Norton. Now, Jerry Norton did, or I think he still has Flipster. It's a paid version of Propwire, essentially, and you get a little bit more information, definitely more information with Flipster. And so in today's video, we're just going to talk about the difference between probably the king of property data, which is Propstream. It's tried and true. You know, a lot of people talk about it. It already has its place in this field. But now we have this free version, which is Propwire. And how does it stack up against Propstream? If you all are interested in Propstream, you could check my link down below. You get a 7 free day trial using my link. And so if you actually do want to compare free to free, you can sign up using my link and not pay anything for 7 days. But yeah, you can do that, and it just helps support this channel. So if you're interested, I'll put a link down below. So I'm going to share my screen with you all, and we're going to compare Propstream and Propwire. I'm going to pull similar lists and see what comes up with Propstream versus Propwire. We're actually going to look at a specific property and see what's the estimated value of this property to see how the comps stack up against each other, and just see at the different features it has, or if a free version has as much features or the same amount as Propstream, a paid software. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you all used Propwire before. How has your experience been using Propwire and even Propstream? All right, I'm on Propstream, and I just looked up Orlando, Florida, for a big city where wholesaling and real estate is always active. And let me clear the filter. I think I had Tire Landlord on here. And so the amount of properties that show up is 331,000. I do the same way with Propwire, 310,000. So right away, Propwire has a little bit less property in their field than Propstream. So that's something to consider. Now let's pull a list. Now with Propstream, for example, you can look at vacant property. So let's just click vacant because they have these quick list choices that you can click, and 6,000 properties show up. If we go to Propwire, they have a similar feature where you can go down here and you can click vacant homes, and the amount of homes that show up on this list is 5,600, so a little bit less than Propstream we've been seeing. And I don't know if it's because they have a specific map area of a specific city that is measured differently than Propstream, or is it they just don't have as much data as a paid version like Propstream does. And so yeah, that's something to look at. Now I'm going to just really drill into the different filters that you can look up in Propwire and compare that to Propstream, because yes, these quick lists, they're good, but where you really find the best motivated seller is by drilling in a little bit more into the filter. So let's reset this, and right here, and that's another thing about Propwire, it kind of takes a while for it to load. So for example, if I click high equity, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, it took 5 seconds for it to load for high equity. If I go to Propstream and I do that, 1 Mississippi, it's less than 1 second. And so Propwire, I don't know if it's their website. I'm pretty sure it's not my internet or anything like that, but it took 5 seconds for it to load. And so just improving on that would be something that they can look into. Another thing about this this quick list choice on Propwire, you have to make sure you click match selected, because you can't just click high equity and then make sure there are absentee owners, because what it's going to look for is just going to look for the last one that you checked. It's not going to combine these two together. You have to click match all selected to combine these two. And that was something that I didn't realize at first. So that's just something that you could take a note of. So I'm just going to reset that, and then I'm going to go into more filters. So they have property filters, owner filters, financial filters, MLS filters. Compare that to Propstream. They have all of these different types of filters that you can look into. Now, property filters, you know, the size, bedrooms, baths, vacant, occupied. Owner filters, non-owner occupied, absentee, individual, things of that nature. Years of ownership, which is very important. And then financial filters. Estimated equity. I like the percentages more than like putting the amount. And one thing that I was tripped up about Propwire is that I was like, okay, I want them to have 30% or more. And so what I did 30% or more, thinking that would give me 30% or more. And so like, but that, it just gives me properties that people own from 0 to 30% equity. And so what you really have to do is you have to go this way and do 30% to 70%, which is, you know, you just have to get used to that. It's not a big deal, but it was just something that I had to adjust to, because on Propstream, if I go to valuation and equity, estimated equity minimum, I'm just going to put 30% right here, and they have it for me. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. So that was something I had to consider when I looked at Propwire. Propwire also has MLS filters if you want to look at MLS data and things of that nature. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to look at comps, and so I'm going to pull up a specific address and pull that into Propstream and Propwire to see how they stack up against each other with estimated value, because running comps are important in this business. And so I looked up a property here on Zillow, and this is actually El Prado, but they have the Zestimate is $468,000. And so on Propwire, I'm going to go into Propwire and I'm going to type in that address over here. Let me see if I can just do that like that. All right. And then boom. So that's an estimated value at $387,000. So that's $80,000 less. And now let's look at how they run comps. So they look at houses around the area, half-mile radius that sold with similar beds, baths, and square footage. Cool. Whoa. And you can drill it down even more when, you know, like +5 or plus, you know, that amount of square footage, same number of beds, same number of baths, you know, which is nice. And they have that information right here for you. Boom. Now on Propstream, if I look up that same house, let's check it out. They have 468, so super similar to what Zillow has at 468. And just looking at other data, I was able to find like, yeah, it's closer to this 460 than Propwire had at 387. So I guess that would be a con for Propwire, is that the accuracy is still not there since this is a fairly new software and things of that nature. So that's something that you would have to consider if you're using Propwire. I mean, a pro of Propwire is that honestly, since it's free, you get so much information and you can easily drill and pull a list and you can get your first deal. You can get several deals using this free software. Now, obviously you can buy lists, like not buy lists, but buy skip trace lists. So if you have a list and you want to skip trace it to cold call, then that's where you pull out your credit card to pay in Propwire. Propstream has, to me, a little bit more filters than Propwire, and of course, I mean, it's the paid software. And I created this pros and cons list between Propstream and Propwire. To me, Propstream has more data. Like we saw that with the list. There was just more properties that showed up on Propstream than Propwire. But Propwire is free, and it's great for a beginner. And I think their interface is better than Propstream. Propstream has better comps. We saw that comparing the houses, has more filters, and it's just experienced, right? And I should put a D right there. It's experience, right? It's tried and true. People know what they're getting with Propstream, and they have plenty of years in this industry. And Propwire, they're just not there yet, and maybe they're never going to be there because it's a free version. Cons with Propstream is that it costs. It has a price. It's not even expensive. With my link, once again, down below, you do get a slight discount using my link. But I mean, comparing that to Propwire, I mean, Propwire is free. Interface can be improved on Propstream. I think they are improved. They just recently improved it and made it more user friendly. But I feel like Propwire definitely is better with the interface. Now, accuracy with Propwire is just still not there 100%. Just playing with it a little bit more and just reading other people. So, for example, this is Bigger Pockets, and they were just talking about the difference. I prefer Propstream, but it depends also on what your goals are. I prefer and pay for Propstream. Can't really comment on the difference of accuracy. And then people were say, hey, I've been using Propwire for the last week and haven't wonder how accurate it is. I did a search for vacant property and a drive-by test. 4 of the 8 properties I checked were indeed vacant. So 50% accurate is this small. But I appreciate that Propwire is free, right? Another thing is that people were like, I tried using Propwire today. The information given for a pre-foreclosure off-market lead was incorrect. And so there's just, accuracy issues that people were talking about. But this was like 6 months ago. I'm pretty sure they're more accurate today than they were earlier this year. So those are some differences between Propstream and Propwire that you can consider in your business. All right, you all, let me know your thoughts down below between Propstream and Propwire. Which one do you prefer? I just think it's for, different people at different stages of their real estate journey. Whether you're an agent or you're looking for a rental or you're flipping properties. And so I definitely think obviously the free version is more for beginners and people just looking for a simple list that they can start practicing cold calling owners and things of that nature. All right, once again, make sure you all check Propstream down below. If you're interested, with my link, you get a 7 free day trial. And if you decide to stay with Propstream, you do get a slight discount using my link. And make sure you all subscribe and like this video.